Operation True Promise appears to have wrapped up after nearly 3 hours of a barrage of drones, ballistic missiles and cruise missiles that were launched towards Israel. Now, Iran has said that this is their right to defend themselves, and that is why they've launched this unprecedented attack against Israel. The Iranian Foreign Minister Amir Hossein Abdullahian said that Iran had given the United States advance warning. The Revolutionary Guard issued a number of statements, the last of which said that they hit military target, but that it was successful. Of course, that is being disputed by Israeli officials, saying they've sustained minor damage.
عملیات از نظر ما خاتمه یافته است و قصدی بر ادامه این عملیات وجود نداره، اما چنانچه رژیم صهیونیستی اقدامی رو علیه جمهوری اسلامی ایران چه در خاک ما و چه در مراکز متعلق به ما در کشور سوریه یا جای دیگری انجام بده، عملیات بعدی ما بسیار بزرگتر از این انجام خواهد شد.
Iran is the most important country in Western Asia. It's the most powerful country in Western Asia, and Iran has the upper hand. If the Israeli regime chooses to continue this conflict, they will pay a heavy price. And as I said, I think the United States has so far recognized this and has been more intelligent. The fact that the Americans have so far, from what we've heard, said that they don't want to be a part of any escalation is because they know that Iran's capabilities can drive the prices of oil through the roof. If the United States attacks Iran, then those countries that host U.S. bases, they will be seen as a partner in crime. And oil and gas installations in this region will be destroyed. That would lead to a global economic catastrophe. The Americans, I think there are enough sane people in Washington who recognize that, so I don't think we'll have war. So for Iran, going back to what you asked before, is the government acting in the interest of the Iranian people? Yes. Iran has never initiated a war, but Iran has shown the United States, the Israeli regime, that if they initiate conflict with Iran, they will be punished. And that is what has kept our country safe.
This sent a very clear message to Israel that Iran has the power to strike back inside Israel. And, you know, and Israel's sort of surprised. I think they were anticipating that the Iranians would strike someplace other than inside Israel. And I think what Iran was sending today by virtue of these missiles, rockets and drones, was a very clear message. We're tired of playing with you. We're tired of your abuse. We're tired of your illegal activities, and we're going to strike back directly at you. The Iranian Foreign Ministry put out and the ambassador, Iran's ambassador to the UN, put out a couple of very clear messages. Right now, this is a conflict between Iran and Israel, and it is Iran's response to Israel's illegal attack on Iran's diplomatic facility. And Iran is prepared to let this suffice as its response for Israel's action. Israel, though, is so arrogant and frankly stupid that it's not going to sit back and take this from those Iranians. Oh, heavens no. It's going to fight back. So it may very well launch a strike, probably from a submarine, against an oil facility, military facility inside Iran. And if they do that, the Iranians have vowed with no hesitation that they will strike back, and they'll strike back harder. And what Iran wants the West and Israel in particular to understand is that Iran damn well can do what it is threatening to do. It has a massive supply of ballistic missiles that can strike well into Israel. On top of that, cruise missiles. On top of that, some hypersonic missiles. On top of that, drones. And not just one type, a variety of drones. What we are seeing right now is that despite all of the bombast and chest thumping out of Israel about its enormous capabilities, Iran showed today very clearly that Israel is quite vulnerable, and that if the people of Israel didn't feel secure yesterday, they're going to feel less secure tomorrow and the days going forward. Because Iran has shown them we can hit you there where you live, and there's nothing you can do to stop us.
Let's be clear. What Iran just did is reestablish deterrence. You see, Israel believed that it could launch a strike against Iran and suffer no consequence. That is no longer the case. Right now, Israeli military officials are looking at the damage done to their bases, and they understand the following: that Iran deliberately chose not to inflict extremely lethal action against Israel, that Iran struck buildings designed to send a signal to Israel, and indeed to the United States, that it could do what it did in Nevatim at Ramon anywhere in Israel, anywhere in the Middle East. And there was nothing the United States or Israel could do in response. This is deterrence. This means that in the future, if either Israel or the United States plan on carrying out an action against Iran, they have to weigh in the consequences of their actions, knowing that Iran has the capacity to reach out and touch any place, any spot, any target in the region, in Israel or out of Israel, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop that. This is why President Joe Biden has been on the phone with Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, telling him, do not retaliate. The United States will not be a partner in any offensive action against Iran. Not because the United States is friendly to Iran, but the United States understands the consequences that will accrue should such an attack take place. You see, the United States has been deterred against further action against Iran. Now the question is, what will Israel do? Israel has been trying to lead the United States into a larger conflict with Iran for some time now. Indeed, some people have speculated that the Israeli attack against the Iranian consulate in Damascus was designed for just that purpose, to start a spiral of escalation that would ultimately lead to the United States being drawn into a larger conflict between Israel and Iran. Will Israel be deterred? Again, the Israelis are waking up today, looking at the damage done, understanding that there isn't a place in Israel today that's safe from Iranian ballistic missile attack. That means that Israel understands that any escalation could mean the destruction of Israel. Israel probably isn't going to launch a response against Iran. Israel has been deterred from launching that response by the Iranian actions. And in this case, we could say that Operation True Promise was an extraordinarily successful operation, not only for Iran, but indeed for the world, because Iranian deterrence now is a reality that can hold Israel and the United States in check.